All right, today on the Gearhead Garden, we are going to look at my sad Plumeria collection. Today is November 20th, I think it is. It's about 9:30 in the morning. It's already 70 degrees here in Southern California. This is what's left of my Plumerias. Some I've given away, some have died off, and some have done other things. Thank you, Coco. But today I'm just going to kind of move things around and show you how I got some of these tied up. I'm going to be ready in springtime, just before springtime, to take a bunch of cuttings, and I'll show you exactly how I grow these to get the best out of growth for my cuttings. Thanks again. Good morning, Coco. As I said, it's 9:30 in the morning, so anywhere that I stand over here, I'm going to be casting a shadow to give you an idea that this will get sun all day long, nonstop. Now, this time of year, all the plumerias are just simply going to drop all of their leaves. So I'm going to go through and slide some of these out, but you can get an idea on how these are I make these grow completely vertical so I can be taking cuttings. All right, I'm going to separate these out because I've also got avocado and pluot growing, or loquat growing in here. Sometimes I like to start out here. Okay, so here it is, 10 o'clock, 10 after 10 in the morning, 60 degrees in the shop, 91 degrees outside already. Granted, the sun is hitting against the side of the shop, but when you come out here into the shopstead, the sun is all day long. So I've kind of ignored my plumerias for about a year or so. I kept them watered. I fertilized them once in a while, but I didn't get a lot of blooms because I didn't pay a lot of attention to them and I didn't give them enough fertilizer. So today I'm kind of just moving things around, and there were some casualties that had to get cropped off, and I'm hoping for them to come back. But this is just kind of a look of some of my mother plants here that I call Octo Yellow because I got them at an Octo VW bus show. But this is one of the mother plants, and this is what other mother plants. And then here's one that I imported from Hawaii, and this is literally as good as it got. And actually, it got pretty fat and kind of, tall, but didn't really do much. This year it didn't do anything. A few leaves. My daughter moved into a place in Temple City. They had a big plumeria, and I had a lot of luck with cuttings that I rooted. And then she brought me a whole little ton of tiny ones that never root, but somehow I got some of these real little ones here to root that I'm going to pull out in a little bit. And then this one, I don't know how well you're going to be able to see that. I'm hoping I'd make a perfect 12-point plumeria. Right now it's got 11 points with no cuts. Near perfection. If I can get one more to spring, I'm going to be a happy guy, and then I'll keep pinching it off so it stays at 12 point. So I moved all the rest of my groups that are all turning into mother plants that I'm going to be taking cuttings from, and I've just kind of lined them up here, and I'm going to be cleaning each one out and taking a look at them. But see, each one is labeled, and I kind of give you an idea where I got it. LW would be Lowe's, 2019. There's an Isabella from Green Thumb in 2019. So you can see this is when I got these all planted from 1 gallons. And this is the kind of growth I've got. So what I've been doing is these take up quite a bit of room when they fan out. So I keep them tied up nice and tight so they stay, vertical. Sometimes they need a little support with a stick. So that's how they've grown. These were all 3-point when I got them, but really small. And so you can see I'm going to get at least 2, maybe 3 cuts on each branch. So it's 9 cuts per tree. The same thing here. Some of these still have the tag on it, which is nice. Here, as you can see, from Home Depot. That one didn't do much, just went straight up. But once I take a cut off of that, it'll, you know, and chop it, it'll give it, start to grow as a 3-point. Here's another one. So let's just look. Lavender splash. Here's lemon drop, all that I propagated from my mother plant. Here's another beautiful Temple City cutting. The first one I took. That's a near perfect specimen tree. There's a lemon drop. There's a princessa, another Ruba pink. The Ruba pink that was over there broke off of this one, and I was able to plant it and made a plant out of it. And that would be a mother plant from 2019. Here's another Temple City. Pink lipstick. There's another pink and another lemon drop. Let's take a expanded view. Each one of these, like I said, going to give it 2 to 3 cuts per branch. And they all have numerous branches on them. Okay, so this time of year, they're going to get moved over to this side from the fountain. They'll still get tons of sunlight, sunshine, because the sun's going to come straight through here, but it's not going to be as harsh as during the summertime. I'll post some pictures of where these were in the summer. And I also have problems with a little bit of frost. I'll show you some pictures of that, where one day a frost killed them, and they are normally against the fence over here. So I'm gonna want to move some figs that I want to forget about for a few months. I'm going to move these over here and then put all the plumerias back into place, and hoping that the shade of the orange trees here will limit the amount of frost damage. I just remembered that we have wind advisories coming. What they call the Santa Ana winds are going to be blowing through here and knocking things all over the place. I just remembered that. So this might not be a good time to go through each one of the trees individually, even though I need to. I think it's I got to put everything back where they were, because in groups they won't blow all over the place, but like this they will all be knocked over as soon as that wind gust comes, which could be any time now. Just for my own purposes, I'm going through and video recording everyone with, oh, see, that sucks when that happens. That's why you gotta label the outsides. Lavender splash. Each one of these, like I said, will produce 2 to 3 cuttings. And all of this is just growth from the past couple of years. So that was 2019. I got it at Green Thumb Nursery. It would have been about this tall. So this will be the last look at them before they all lose their leaves. Oh, thanks, JJ. And then at the beginning of springtime, I'll come through and take the cuttings of the ones I want. This one might get planted in the ground as well. It's 11 a.m. Got everybody kind of put away. I do want to still go through here because there's a few other ones I want to look at to give you an update on some of these, how they were growing from last videos. But you can see the wind's just starting to come. I'm not going to end this video just yet. I'm going to wait because I know within an hour, 2 hours, it's going to be gale force winds. But then I'll put the chairs back and then we'll take a look again. So I'll be back in a little while. All right, this one's called Ruba Yellow. So it's going to be yellow leaves outlined in red. And I don't know if there's any tag in here, but you see I haven't done anything to this in many months. I mean, the pot is so light and dry. And they always say when you ignore these, they do the best. But no tag, it might have rotted away at one point. But it's from Lowe's 2019. All right, so what I'm gonna do is just gonna untie this and let this droop down, take the stick out. I mean, some of these need to be replanted anyways. Now these were normally spread so far out and it takes up so much room. Once you untie them, they seem to do well. So, like I said, I'm gonna be able to take one. Now see, if you cut it too low, it'll never grow back. I mean, you might get a couple of branchings off, and that's what the problem we had with this one. You know, that stump was cut back too low, even though it did grow. It just never does too well. So if I cut it to here, that'll give me still 2 fat cuttings. That'd be a beautiful plant. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit of soil to this. I'm gonna water it really well, and then I'm gonna tie it back up and put it away. Here are 2 more that I pulled, and now I just figured out where my lantern hanger went. Okay, this is a Ortillo. And you can see this was just a 2-point. And look how much it's grown just since it's been tied up. So now it's vertical. Now it goes back to having 3 leaders because that's the way the tree naturally wants to grow. Like this. There's another one. This is the Isabella also. Beautiful flower. Looks a lot like these lemon drops, but see, it's got the pink in the center, which is really cool. And that Rito is. All right, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna water these really well because they've been neglected through the summer. And then they're gonna get down to watering once a month, which I've been watering about every couple of weeks, you know, light watering weekly. All right, so I'm gonna take this one apart here. Hang on. Okay, there you go. Now that it's been untied, you can see it. They'll stand up vertically. They might need a little support because they're going to get so top heavy. Especially, you know, you want to keep these in a dry pot. You don't want to have them sitting, their roots to be soggy all the time. So the pot gets really light and it could tip over once they get to these heights. That's one of the reasons why I tie them up, and also too, you stack them close to each other. All right, that's it for now. I'm going to put the rest of these back and get this place cleaned up and watered. I guess this could make Plumeria lovers cringe. Here's a little trash can I have outside. Let's see what's in there. Orange peel, spray paint, and look how sad. Plumeria cuttings. Aww. Aww. Some that didn't make it. All right, somehow we were spared from the big winds so far. It's about noon time, I guess, or so. Pretty warm. And as I'm putting the chairs back, everything's been watered and put away. And we're gonna get back to these in just a few short months. Just want to get a little video going because this is like the last time of the year they're gonna have any leaves. Pretty soon they're gonna be nothing but sticks. And we will take another look at them when we get to that point, because I'm gonna show you what was going on with some black tips that we corrected the issue, and we're gonna show you some other tips on rooting. So anyways, thanks for watching. Gearhead Gardener here with my Plumeria collection on a warm fall day here in Southern California, zone like 9B. Anyways, that's what I think it is. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Come along with me on this adventure as I play with my trees, restore old cars, and just generally do whatever I want on my retirement. Thanks for watching the Late TV. Ciao.